Have you ever found yourself playing a game that you're not really enjoying? I've been there. I've been there for a long
Sometimes.
time. I've been locked into loops playing games that I didn't really love. I was just kind of doing it to stay up to date, to play the new event,
Yeah,
doing it
yep,
because friends
been
were
there,
playing
done
it.
that.
And that's not
Mm-hmm.
bad, but so much of modern gaming, honestly, modern life and modern technology has a way of trapping us in cycles. And these cycles honestly turn into this like mindless consumption. Endless live service games are out there. There are so many repetitive grinds, AAA
Tons.
games
There's
that
too
promise
many.
the
That's the
world, but
problem. The
do they
big problem
really?
is there's so many now, and like every game is a live service. It's like, okay, so what game do I really care enough to have a live service? Oh, this game. Okay, but I also like this game. And then there's this game. So you're trying to juggle like 3 or 4 games, and you get to the point where you're like, I don't really care about any of them. That's what it's like for me, anyways. Like, I remember I was going through Call of Duty, like I mean, I could name tons. I mean, I was going through Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex, fucking all of them, and it just got to a point where it's like, this isn't what I want to do. This isn't fun. I don't want to make sure that I play the game every single day to make sure I complete the season or get the new item or whatever. I didn't want to do that. Or I
Deliver the
stopped
fun.
wanting to.
I've been thinking lately about just simple solutions to this.
Right.
Today's gaming landscape has a lot of options, but more often than not, I'm finding plenty of these choices don't always lead to more fun. At least a lot on the AAA side. There are so many cool indie games being made right
Yeah,
now.
there is. That's
And I
true.
just don't want to see others, playing a game or getting stuck in a rut where they're frustrated, they're burnt out, or having, I don't know, this unspoken obligation that they put on themselves to keep up with the latest trends, especially if you're not enjoying it. I think we've all been there to a certain extent, maybe logging into a game out of a habit and
Yep.
not out of joy.
Yep.
I think about it like this: how many people do you see immediately grab their phone and go to a social media platform and just start scrolling the moment that they're bored?
Yep.
Are they really doing it
Hmm.
seeking joy, or are they just doing it
I've
out
seen
of a
so many
habit?
people do that, and that's a big problem. Whereas like they're so accessible, like mine's in my pocket right now, right? It's so accessible to just, oh, I have my phone. Okay, you know, being in the Western world, like being in a modernized world, not like a third world country, you take it for granted. Where this phone is very very powerful, and a lot of people sit there and just fucking watch TikTok or doom scroll on YouTube or whatever it is. It's kind of weird.
And it makes me ask the question, at least on gaming, why continue playing something that is more of a chore than a hobby? I've been thinking about this a
Because
lot.
they all are. So you don't really have a choice. I mean, a lot of people, they like certain aspects of it, like Apex. The characters are cool. Fortnite, the building's fun. Call of Duty, the gameplay is amazing. All these other things. There's so many things to like about these games, but at the same time, they all have the same thing to hate, and you end up just hating them all the same, or at least becoming like tired of them. It's frustrating.
Lately, mainly because I started using a classic iPod again, and I've started playing my
What?
PlayStation 2 again. And I gotta say, there's something so nice about this old tech where there's no updates, there's no notifications, you don't have to install the game. I turn on the PlayStation 2 and I'm
That's
in
true. Hold on, I'm
a
still
game
listening, but
enjoying
hold
it
on.
within like a minute or two, as long as I get past the boot screen. And these games are super fun. They're designed to just be great player experiences. They didn't have these FOMO live service events, they didn't have
Fair.
microtransactions. They had to prioritize the player experience. People wouldn't buy the game, they wouldn't spend their time playing this game. Same thing. I went back to the classic iPod because I'm so tired of paying.
When he's talking about he has the iPod and all this other shit like that, Game Boy Advance, Pokemon, Pokeball color scheme. I shelled this myself. I put the screen in it myself. It works. Probably didn't pick that up. Anyways, it's fine. Let me put it right there. There's no game in it, so it's not gonna load anything. But I mean, it works. And a DSi or a DS Lite, sorry. You know, works. DS. We got. Probably can't read it, but Pokemon Heart Gold. Because what else would you play, right? You know, I have the original Blue. I have the original Gold.
Monthly subscription for
I have the Game Boy, like the Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald, Ruby, all those games, um, and like DS games and shit too, because they're fucking amazing. Like, they're great. Sorry, they're great, well-made video games that are just video games. You just play them, you get the experience, and that's it. You're done. You know, I played through Sapphire. Played through, beat the game, beat the Elite Four, did all that, done. I'm done with the game. I don't need to buy anything. Whatever, I can do whatever I want. The game is done. But that we need more of that, and we don't get that enough.
for music streaming, when half the songs that I want to listen to are off the service in a few months because of licensing issues, and you don't actually
TikTok.
own it. I mean, what do you think in 5 years of Spotify bills? You don't own any of that music.
Yeah.
Whereas the old days growing up, you find the album, you buy it, you put it on the machine, you transferred it to your iPod, and you owned it forever. And it's been
Yeah.
so fun listening to tunes and things that brought me so much joy like 15 years ago. And it's like I bought it once, paid what, $12 for an album, and I've been able to listen to it so many times over the years without all the distractions. And it's made me realize
Yeah.
so much of our modern experiences, be it gaming or technology, they are engineered for our addiction, not necessarily the best experience.
Nope.
Think about it this way.
That's gone.
As a player, you know when a developer has designed the game with your best interest at heart. Like when they're making something that's really fun, it's
See, the thing is now they don't, and now they defend it. They defend Starfield. They defend. There's guaranteed. There's probably some real people defending Assassin's Creed Shadows. They're like you can't be defending these games. There's a real good reason why games have been failing. Why Outlaws failed. Why Shadows failed. Why Starfield failed. Name any other big Forsaken. Why that game failed. There's a huge reason why these games are failing. Forced diversity. That's what it is. Call me out on it. Say whatever you want to. I don't care. But it's forced diversity. We don't care if there's Mexicans, Indians, Hispanics, of any race, fucking dog people, what, we don't care. Maybe the dog people a little bit. But like to a degree, not really. If these characters are fucking badass characters, good characters, and not forced just to be diverse, they'll be good. And another thing, with all this like forced diversity shit, why is it all now just becoming the same thing? Like, the games that are releasing have the same exact stereotypes for the same exact definitions of each thing that they're trying to portray. Okay, so let me hold on. I'll explain this here. Right. So we get a line here. Put some lines here. Right. Okay. This is what I'm trying to say here. So if they're trying to like portray trans, they're trying to portray gays. If they're trying to portray lesbians, uh yeah, we'll just do this cuz you know, you'll get the basis. Anyways, if there's a gay dude, handsome. You know what that says. It says handsome, okay? They always are attractive. High voice. Let's make these a little bigger. Right? I mean, how many times is there like a gay dude and he's got this crazy voice, whatever, whatever, right? They're dressed. They like I don't know a good way to put it. We'll just say fashion. You know, they always have a good like their outfit is always insane. And then we'll put like a squiggly line for sometimes they'll have colored hair, right? Okay. That's what happens when they're trying to portray gays. When they're lesbians, let's do this. Typically, uh, ethnic, like that, right? Okay. They're typically some sort of ethnic person. Sometimes they're very white, but typically they're ethnic of some degree. Short hair. They always have short hair. I'm gonna put in quotes here. Witty. I'm just not even gonna go anywhere. Usually they're. I'll explain it. Usually they. I think it's more of the developers doing it. I don't even think it's just them trying to portray characters because a lot of other characters are like this too. But they think they're funny and the voice lines come across like they should be funny, but they're absolutely fucking horrific every time. Uh they don't really have colored hair. We'll go with this. The lesbian hair. You know, the like they'll usually always have short hair no matter what, but 9 times out of 10 they'll have the lesbian hair, you know. Um Sometimes they'll have big muscles. Big muscles, right? We'll leave that one. We don't need an extra one. Anyways, these guys, trans. If it's a girl, we'll do. So like if it's a girl like uh guy, like girl to a guy, masculine as fuck. Think like Zarya. Yeah. Um they honestly that's a thing that they, you know what? Scratch that. Never guy to girl. Whatever. Anyways, these guys pretty much always have colored hair. And if it's like not an Overwatch or some other kind of game like that, they're usually very powerful. That's what it is. I mean, these are all. Let me zoom out here a little bit. all of these, are, it's what I mean. They always try to put them into a bracket, and in trying to be diverse, they automatically become like not racist because it's like all kinds of different shit, but like I don't know, they automatically become. I'm trying to think of the right phrasing so that it comes across in a good way. Um, it automatically makes their messaging redundant because they're trying to be diverse and do all this kind of shit, but then it's all the same thing. So how is it supposed like how am I supposed to care? Oh, this is the 17th time I've seen the same fucking thing. Where is this guy from? Oh, is it from this one, that one, or that one? You forget. You don't even know. That's the
Ethical
big
and great
problem.
time. Just like you also know when a developer or a publisher has built something that's clearly there just to exploit psychological triggers and not make the game experience better. The need for rewards, the fear of missing out, the lure of infinite progression. When used well, with putting the player first,
I've never played
it can
this
be
game either.
great.
I really want to play
I
this
think
game.
Warframe is a fantastic example of a really fun
Warframe,
live service game.
dude. Warframe's a good game. I got really addicted into Warframe when I was a broke little fucker. Um, when I was a broke fucking 14-year-old, I didn't have any money and I was kind of tired of the Call of Duty and all that other kind of shit. Warframe, free to play, amazing game, character builder, crafter, whatever. Oh my god, it was so fun. I remember
Game
zipping through
that
those
delivers
levels just like he's
hundreds
doing.
of hours of really great fun where you don't
God
have to
damn.
spend a dime. It's a
I
great
might download it
experience.
again now.
Not perfect, they all have their issues. But then there are other live service games where that product
Let me know
only
if you want to see
exists
that.
to squeeze the lemon that is the player for every single ounce of monetization that they can. And I've talked about this quite a bit the last 5 6
Whoa, I never
months,
got to
but
this
it's
part.
still really
I'm
important to
building the
me.
wings last time I
It is
knew.
time to break away from this cycle. If a game isn't bringing you joy, if it feels more like work than play, take a break. Life is
Yeah,
way too short to
yeah,
spend it on games or
it's fair.
content or experiences that you aren't enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
There are some really great modern games. There are some really great live service multiplayer modern games. And if you enjoy it, play it.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
fantastic. But I'm really trying to emphasize something that I feel like is critical and I've discovered this year: the joy of playing a game purely for the experience, without worrying about the next big update
Right.
or what everybody else is doing online or what everybody else thinks about it. Now, old school games and consoles, and especially the indie space, offer this in spades. They remind us that gaming used to be about the game itself and if you enjoyed it, not trying to keep up with a live service roadmap. And look, it can be really tough. This
This is the
modern
cool
tech,
stuff
this
with Gary's
modern
mod
gaming overload
or Half-Life. I guess is
is
Half-Life
overwhelming,
2.
honestly.
I
If you're
think
caught up in multiple of the latest trends,
stuff
whether
like
it's the
this,
new
man.
battle
It's
pass, a
such a
limited
good
time
game.
event, or just trying to stay current, it's easy to forget why you started gaming in the first place. Most of these big live service multiplayer games don't want you to play other stuff. They don't leave a room for a break. So trying to stay current is exhausting. It's almost like staying up to date with all the live stuff and completing the battle passes. That in and of itself is its
Yep.
own metagame that I think people get consumed with and then forget, like, am I actually
Yes.
enjoying the base game? And this is where the beauty
Yeah.
of playing and curating a collection of games that you love is just so valuable.
Well, again, and like I said, that's the problem is a lot of the games that people, hear about and see, and most of the time they play, are live service. They do the same things. They have the same characters. They see the same things. They play the same. They look the same. It's just one skin on top of another skin on top of another skin on top of another skin with another character and a new character, and like it's so tiring, man. And then there's another problem. People have too many games in their catalog and then they don't know what to play and then they just play the latest game. That's
Even if
another
they're
problem.
older games, if you're playing it for yourself because you enjoy it, not for some external pressure, then that's great. You know, this kind of intentionality can bring back the joy that modern gaming sometimes strips away. So I know I've said this quite a few times over the last few months, but I want to continue to echo it. Step away from the content that you're not really enjoying.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Try to skip the endless scroll on your phone for a social media service or something.
Yeah, dude. It's actually really damaging.
It's not bringing you value. Try
Mhm.
focusing on the things that bring you joy. In gaming, with tech, whatever it may be. The games that remind you why you fell in love with the hobby in the first place, those are the ones to lean back into. There's a
Oh,
reason there's a huge
grenade is that? Yep.
trend
Yep.
of people
Get him.
trying to simplify their life
Got caught up
from
in
a
the game.
tech perspective. I think we're all getting exhausted.
Yeah.
We're barraged with services and algorithmic content continually. And at a certain point,
Everything
you
has
just
an
wanna break
algorithm now.
free
Everything.
and choose
It
for yourself.
knows what you want, especially TikTok. YouTube's getting pretty bad. I mean, like Google has the best AdSense and program like that, kind of a algorithm program. But I mean, TikTok for entertainment, next level, beyond insane. Like, oh my God, it's so addicting. It knows what you want when you want it in order to not have you stop, in order to just keep you addicted all night. That's why you're up till 4 a.m. watching stupid fucking cat videos or fucking horror stories that are made up on Reddit for the 7th time that you've already seen. Like,
Yourself what you want to do with your time and your hobbies, not to be told by some machine driven, algorithm that's going
yeah.
to choose what you will play, when
Yo,
you will
you're
play it,
getting hit
because it
up, boy.
equals the most amount of money or ad revenue or whatever it may be. I
Yo, what
have
the
a
fuck?
lot of videos
Noob
over the
tune.
last few months talking about this. I'm going to recommend you look at my backlog tips video, which I'll leave linked at the end of this video. It's got some really cool tools that can help you keep track of games you're playing, games you want to play, and sort of
Cool.
take stock of those experiences in an intentional way. Also, I'm going through Half-Life 2 again right now. It is such a good FPS game. I cannot wait to finish this playthrough and talk about it again. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I would love to know your thoughts on all of this. Have a great one.
Yeah, I
and
really
see you
want to
again.
see what Half-Life's about, because I haven't, I've never played Half-Life 2. Yeah, I want to see that video at some point. I'm gonna save that video.
What's good, everybody?
I'm gonna save this video. Yeah, check this guy out, man. Check this video out. Yeah, he doesn't need a whole
This
lot
is
of help from me, but like, yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen this guy, here he is, man. BBK Dragoon. That was a good video, man. Good video.